What's up, YouTube? Long time no see since probably the other day. Whatever. I'm recording a bunch of these at once. Anyway, today we're watching the 2025 Odds and Ends by Civvie11, who I've been a fan of for a very long time. He makes great content. Go over their show, the video, or all of his videos actually. Hit some love whenever you can, man. Go subscribe. Go engage and all that fun stuff. Go get engaged with him. Pop the ring. Get on your fucking knees. Tell him you love him. Anyway, like I said, not for real though. He's a great creator. Don't just use me as a substitute. Go over there to his channel. He deserves all the support in the world, man. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great one. Let's get this show on the road.
You know what I hate doing? Roundups. Because I end up playing 5 or 10 or 15 games that may or may not come out. The views plummet, and all the top comments are devs thanking me for giving their game.
Thanks, Civvy. We're gonna add a sewer level just for you, we promise. It'll be epic bacon fun, good joke, everyone laughs. Jesus fucking Christ.
Brief, fleeting exposure. So people don't watch, and then later they're like, why is the sewer count back, Civvy? Or you should do a video on the finished version of this game, or you suck at video games, Civvy, or we have your son. Like, shut up. I don't have any legitimate children, and just because I donated to every sperm bank in the greater New England area because I was hard up for cash, that's not legally binding. Possession is 9/10 of the law or whatever, keep the little crotch dropping. So I wanted to do something different, where I look at the stuff I wanted to talk about during the last year that I couldn't get to. Some of you will be very happy about the last entry in this video. You monsters. Let's start out with another remaster from Night Dive. Oh, god damn it!
Oh, the Outlaws remaster. That's right. That did come up.
I just covered like 2 of them. Night Dive did a remaster of Outlaws. It has everything you'd expect from a Night Dive remaster. A functional game that runs on Windows 11, questionable graphical enhancements, the wise decision to not touch the immaculate cutscenes.
Yeah, this does look a little weird. I don't know. If I want to buy it, it'd have to be doing something really special, in my opinion. But let's see what he's got to say.
Accidentally opening the command prompt that I'll never use, the occasional weird graphical artifacts in the enhanced rendering mode. You can turn all that shit off and enjoy Outlaws, although I did keep some of the options on for cleaner vertical mouse look.
Oh, look at that. Bam, bam.
Like these weapons, when you redraw them and scale them up, I don't care for how they look. HD remakes of old games tend to add a level of detail that was never intended when making the game in the first place. There's a level of abstraction in low-res textures that adds to the atmosphere that gets lost when the textures get updated and more detail is thrown in to appease the gods of good graphics. And I'm sure the new artwork looks fine, just not laid on top of an already established art style. In the back of my mind, there's the knowledge that at any time, Night Dive is working on a dozen remasters that I don't even know about yet. Speaking of remasters, did you know that they don't just remaster good games?
Fortress of Daughter Radikai? Of all the games, okay. Fancy edition.
Enter the Jordan Freeman Group in association with Zoom Platform.
Stop it. Get some help.
Who have brought us an updated version of one of the worst games I've ever played. So what does this version improve? There is now strafing, non-nausea inducing mouse look, modernized controls, Steam Deck compatibility. Fucking kill me. Like I'm gonna take that bait on the store page with the rats and the nuclear symbol. I didn't even play this whole thing, but here's the rundown. It still runs on DOSBox. The whole thing is kind of funny because they did marginally improve a terrible game with better controls and an option to make it so your bullets hit things. Why would you have random spread on every gun? Who the fuck did that? One of this game's best jokes, because it's a comedy game, is how stereo sound doesn't work, so if you alert an enemy and hear them coming from another direction, that's not where they're coming from, and sometimes they're just fucking...
Rats. They're rats. Wait, what the fuck? Holy shit.
hey, at least it's widescreen compatible, because it has these borders when you play it. It's still ugly as sin, the floor and ceilings don't quite work right, and the levels are still enormous mazes that look like something I would scribble onto graph paper when I...
It's been a long time since I've seen his old video for this one, and it looks so much like shit. Nah, that actually hurts to look at, man. I wouldn't play it. I'm gonna be honest, even as a joke.
ran out of
Fuck me.
crayons to eat. The store page actually has a really enlightening quote on it right here. Everything this game is trying to achieve fails so spectacularly that I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Yeah, that's right. Who's that from? Oh yeah, right, fuck this game. The Zoom platform sells a lot of games you can't get on Steam anymore, like the original Duke Nukem
Oh,
titles or the original version of 13 before that shitty remaster. I don't see what good bringing back Radiaki does for any of 13
wait,
games.
hold
Who's
up.
that from? Oh yeah, right, fuck this game. The Zoom platform sells a lot of games you can't get
Hmm,
on Steam anymore, like the original Duke Nukem title.
interesting. Oh, Hatred, Knights of the Temple. I actually have flat out because I got it like, during the Steam sale. I always wanted to play it as a kid, but I just don't know how, it would work. And I'm very nervous about trying it on Steam instead of trying either playing it on Steam or on my own time. I kind of just like, let's see, we'll see. Wait, they got Math Blasters and shit and Jumpstart.
Or the original version of 13 before that shitty remaster. I don't see what
Oh
good
yeah,
bringing back Radiaki does for anyone.
Sometimes that is better.
yeah. Biomenace remaster. Oh, I'm not a big fan of these types of games, but let's see what they got.
You know what company's putting out remasters that are actually good? Apogee. Emberheart
Really?
Games, who did Wizardum, which you should also play, worked on Secret Agent, Crystal Caves, Monster Bash, and now they've got Rigel Gameworks with the man behind the Rigel engine. You remember that, the reverse
Rigel.
engineered port of Duke Nukem 2? That awesome thing? Apogee did the meme. They hired that man, and the team made this bespoke remaster of Biomenace. It looks prettier, it has smooth scrolling, a new episode, and a level editor. Yeah, some weird stuff has changed. There's no longer a live system, which, fair. I mean, you can quick save now, so the game is significantly less difficult. A couple other quality of life features that sound like things that you'd include in a game from the start. Being able to switch between your weapons and grenades with the number keys. That's right, no more getting stuck with the landmines. You get more health on normal, too. 6 hit points instead of 4. There's been an obvious effort to make the game easier, which is
I'm surprised they didn't use the wheel. Hmm. I, but then again, I don't know when they tried making this thing, so okay.
gonna piss off some people, I assume. The hardcore Biomenace fans who, wait a minute, I am the demographic for this remaster. And yeah, it is a little easier, though the instant death traps haven't gone anywhere.
Look at that. Ah. Nope. No. Nope. Come on.
You get a bonus for not dying in a level, so there's that, I guess. Enemies in hard in the original game had about triple the health, and it seems in the remaster it's only about double. So if you want the pure, unvarnished pain of the original game, that game is still free. The new episode, Menace from Above, has a story to go along with it about Snake Logan vacationing in Hawaii when the mayor of Metro City calls him up and tells him that after all these years the mutants have returned. But it's not Master Kane this time, Agent Carmichael. Carmichael? We learn later from this evil scientist who, looks like a very well-educated meth head. The villain this time around is Dr. Helix von Vile, which is absolutely a name that belongs in an Apogee platformer from the early 90s. The mid to late 90s would have names like Lo Wang. There's still a focus on secrets and crossovers with other Apogee properties, like you can find a log from Milo, the hero of Crystal Caves, but I don't think they can put Keen in this game because Bethesda has him now and they are very careful about what they do with him.
I've abandoned my child! I've abandoned my boy!
The new episode does look and feel a bit different. The levels themselves are a lot more detailed and have just more stuff. Like there was no point in the original game where a subway train would zoom by. And if there was, it would kill you. The level design is really fun. It still has the casual cruelty that was a hallmark of the game, but it doesn't show up until about halfway through the new episode. You get nicely rewarded for exploring, especially in this lab level where the beams that turn Snake into a,
Slug.
blob? Is that what they're called? This game doesn't have a manual. Anyway, this lets you crawl through vents that are all over this map. Finding secrets is slightly more rewarding than simply walking behind a wall and getting a few score items or gems. It all comes to a head towards the end of the episode when this helpful to-do robot tells you that you need to collect 4 items for what's coming next. Cryptic, but okay. Let me just... Alright, the first item I get is a helmet for a spacesuit. Oh.
Oh.
And the exit is... Oh. Yes.
We're going to space.
Oh, God, yes. Finally.
All right.
Escaping to the one
We're
place
back. Oh, my God.
Let's do this. Space.
space.
Overall,
we go.
fine remaster, even if it takes some liberties with its quality of life improvements that make the game easier. That just feels less apogee, you know? I'd like to get away from remasters now. I'm very much done talking about remasters. Let's get into the real meat of the episode. The weird stuff that I played in 2025 and didn't have time to make a video for.
Captain Wayne Vacation Desperation. Okay. Oh! I got this one. Again, it was part of a Steam sale. Let's see what he thinks about it. It was like $1 or some shit. I'm like, okay.
What is this? Congratulations! You've won a
Orca
free
Isle.
vacation to scenic Orca Isle, home of the legendary
Orca
Orca
Stone.
Stone. A vacation, huh? And a rare treasure. Hey, don't mind if I do.
So begins one of the countless Doom-powered indie shooters that have flooded Steam. What's that? You can't tell it's on GZ Doom because this opening cutscene looks like the crispiest, crunchiest MS Paint work you've ever seen? Well, that's Captain
yeah.
Wayne, which is a shockingly fun game about a pirate with a mechanical arm who kills things. It's not the best game you'll find on the Doom engine, or the flashiest, but it does everything it sets out to do.
Those are the games where I think I find myself the most satisfied, where when the developers are completely aware of what the limitations are and what the game is going to be, and just kind of meet us there for what they're selling and sell it appropriately as far as what they're advertising. That's just the most satisfying kind of game that I find myself drawn more and more to. Like, I just don't find myself annoyed with everyone involved, I guess. If you get what I'm saying. Okay. Oh, that arm looks cool. Okay.
While it's structurally closer to a serious Sam-like shooter where you go through mostly linear levels through arenas, it gets things right. The weapons are tight and punchy, just the shotgun, your hand, can fire either 1 or 2 barrels. The machine gun can fire a less rapid but more accurate shot or spray bullets like a fire hose. You get Molotov cocktails, an energy weapon that does energy weapon stuff. I honestly don't know how it works. You get a serious Sam cannon, which, in this game's defense, is a more suitable weapon for a pirate. You think it's gonna feel like Doom until it doesn't. Yes, some of the movement in the basic interface feel very Doom-like. Other than that, movement is more frantic, having to abuse the air kick to get around arenas faster and to outmaneuver the enemies, which are a bit faster and smarter than you'd expect.
Oh, so it's good AI. Okay.
Not brilliant by any means. I'm talking like one rolls to dodge your shots and another can't be significantly hurt until he enters his attack state.
Alright, yeah. There we
And then
go.
there's just dickhead kamikaze birds that can fuck all the way off. Oh,
Look
they
at
use a
that.
shining carpet. They use a shining carpet, everybody. Give them a fucking medal. The levels are interesting, colorful, and usually pretty easy to navigate, full of secrets and Easter eggs, all the stuff that the boom shoots used to do, but a little more linear and focused on arena combat. The arenas are good and varied, and there's enough enemies to keep things interesting, mostly. Towards the end, there's a bit of a drought when it comes to introducing new stuff, but I'm not going to spoil the ending. The best word I can come up with to describe the game is charming. Charming in that small indie game way, where there was a conscious choice to make all the cutscenes look like this, all the dialogue to sound like it was bit crushed, and all the characters to be ridiculous jokes.
What a surprise!
Think
The
F.
famous
Sheldon.
Captain Wade lives again. Put that foot on! Prepare to meet your maker, Captain!
The comic book elements, like a little bit of the HUD shooting out when you lose a chunk of health. Instead of the ouch face, you get this adorable looking thing on the side of the screen here. I like the stylized elements, but you can turn them off in the options pretty easily. Props to anyone who simplifies GZ Doom's overstuffed menu. The simplistic looking sprites have pretty good animation and everything feels nice. Like when you take down an enemy, they have exaggerated death animations that make it very clear that you can move on to the next target. The game gets chaotic in a way that's very deliberate. The way that health is scattered around the levels puts you into overcharge pretty regularly. And the armor system, by default gusto, is how much you drink. So, drunken rampage to murder sea dwellers and steal treasure. Yo fucking ho, I'm on board. And somehow I'm in the special thanks for this game. Twice, because I'm also the player. My playthrough took about 4.5 hours, which isn't bad for an...
I wonder if they put him in the special thanks for like reviewing one of their past games and might have gotten them over the line to like fund this one sort of thing. I don't know. I could see some developers, especially an indie developer, do some shit like that. Especially when they're used to their games never getting any kind of coverage from anyone, negative or
indie release
positive.
priced at $10. More weird and crazy uses of old id engines, please. Oh, God. Oh, ew.
Oh, what is this? Oh! Oh man, we got the successor for fucking. Oh my god, Cruelty Squad. Let's do this.
Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive Mit Aya and I need to close it, is a shitpost. And I'm putting extra quotation marks around the term game because fucking look at it.
Oh man, look at that.
I have finished this game 3
I knew I'd never wanted to play this on fucking Steam. I, okay, this is another one I have, and like I said, I knew I'd never wanted to play this on stream. As soon as I got a good look at it.
goddamn times. The first time, people were saying, Civvie, you gotta play Brazilian Drug Dealer 3. I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive Mit Aya and I need to close it. As if I know who the fuck Mit Aya is.
You tried to revive Mit Aya with a satanic ritual.
Went bad.
Yeah, it went bad all right. You ever scroll your social media feeds because the guards took your belt away? Well, I was doing that and seeing all this buzz around this game, and I didn't know at the time. I should have known when Dave Oshry was shilling it, because that man, when not lighting cigars with every $20 bill sent by an out-and-proud robosexual, is shitposting hard enough to get anal e-fissures. Here's what the beginning of this game looks like. This is one frame of this game and everything is trying to destroy my faith in humanity. That message, shouldn't have tried to revive Mit Aya, is on screen for maybe a second before I move towards the texture that tells me how to quick save and quick load. Next to the crustiest image of a human I've ever seen, above a pentagram. Oh yeah, everything is hideous. As soon as I saw that tiny, disgusting, wafer-thin brush with the pentagram on it, I knew this was going to be an experience. If this is, as the Steam page says,
a fast-paced, ultra-violent Brazilian, old-school FPS heavily inspired by the first Quake, and using the same engine as the game, id Tech 2. It is a tribute to the Brazilian mods of the 2000s, The Brazilian bootleg games of the 2000s. Brazilian music and the king of Brazilian music, Medaya.
Yeah, heavily inspired by the first Quake, which means it is essentially Quake. And I don't mean it's like Quake, I mean the majority of the weapons and enemies are Quake reskins. The shotgun, the double-barreled shotgun, the nail gun, the super nail gun, the grenade launcher, the rocket launcher, the lightning gun, down to zapping you if you use it in water, and the enemies, all of the enemies. So if you want to know how to play this game, watch my Pro Quake video because that's mostly it. What about the axe, Civvie? It's a fucking flip-flop. Quake Sky, Quake Explode.
Hey, we call it chancla. We call it chancla, Civvie. Stop denying us our culture. No, actually, I don't know if the Brazilian sensei speak Portuguese. If they would call it chancla. I'd have to ask them.
Explosion sprites, quick save stations all over the place, despite there being a button to quick save that the game throws a wall of text at you about at the beginning in 2 languages. Small differences here and there. The ogres are now made out of Lego. Most human-like enemies are dressed in sports garb, and one even drops a soccer ball that you can kick.
Ball.
It's more of a cylinder. If you put a gun to my head and asked me what's going on, I would die, even though the plot is summarized pretty well in the title. The boom shoot tube needed a penicillin prescription after this came out of it. But don't think I don't get the joke. I can see the deliberate design choices, especially in the levels, because only someone who knows how to properly make a Quake map could fuck things up this badly. For every totally normal functional door in any of these levels, there's 2 that are deliberately shit. How do you make a shitty door? Well, you make it an ugly, transparent wall of text that opens at a seemingly random angle. And then there's levels where the actual geometry and the brushwork is fine, and they're textured entirely like this. Water volumes, right, like, well, water and lava, are at no point implemented properly, which takes more work than making them correctly. Look at this. The fuck even is this? All you need to do in a Quake map to make water is to apply the water texture to a box. And there, done. You have a swimmable area. But no, they worked so hard to make this shit awful. The weapons that aren't from Quake are cans of soda, telephone booths, a paper airplane, weapons that are skinned so badly that I couldn't tell what they are even if I had the most pedantic gun freak on standby to explain them to me. And the sound. Not content to have crunchy 8-bit wave files in the vein of classic Quake and most games from before 1997, some levels just, I'm sorry I have to do this, but Katie, show them.
Oh, man. Now that's crunch, man. That's some good crunch. This sounds like very old school Let's Plays when they were fucking filming them off of like a hand cam. You remember what I'm talking about before they would use like video cards and shit? There were some people that were still recording it straight off the TV. This is what the sound quality used to be like. You kids don't know shit about it.
I'm not running music over that clip. It just sounds like that. It sounds like that. I find a secret and it says, "You found a secret, parabanes." And I'm like, I should find out what that word means. I don't know what that means in English. Parabens are an organic compounds used as preservatives in cosmetic and What? There's barely level design. Like most maps are arenas and hallways, if you can call them that, because half the time they're brushes stitched together wrong, like Frankenstein's monster if the old doc was blind and never attended medical school. Calling this game ugly would be like calling the Antarctic ice shelf cold. I've had more
Man, don't let the smile on my face fool you. It brings you no joy that he's going through this. Oh my god, this is hilarious.
pleasant oral surgeries. If the goal was to make something uniquely terrible and to release it on an unsuspecting public, Wuhan did a better job. 3 times I have played through this, keeping up with content updates. This was in early access. What kind of feedback do you give to this? Oh, the textures are all horribly misaligned. It sounds like parrots being stuffed into a garbage disposal. They left model interpolation off by default. By default! There's a lore section that explains everything. In Portuguese? Alright, I haven't changed my language settings, but the lore is now in English. Okay, so. No, wait, some of it's still in Portuguese. Fine, I'll tell you what I can. The player character, De Silva, is a drug dealer who tries to raise dead funk singer Mid-Aya, but instead causes mass possession and a demonic invasion, but we already knew most of that. So there is a way to make sense of this. You have to save Savio Sanz, who's the owner of the TV station. I don't know why, but it seems important. You might think Gotta Kill the Ogres is the part you want to pay attention to, but they're not actually ogres. They're brick flaflas who are magically enchanted Legos that attack you, because obviously that's what's happening. So you get to the mall, and Ronaldo McDowlist, a villain who works with the Vask Demon, put an anti-gravity device in lava in the mall, and he's terrifying but inanimate. And when you get through the mall, you exit through this giant A, which is a spaceship, and then this pentagonal-headed fucking thing says I have an anti-gravity belt so I can traverse the house of the game's creator, which is the worst level by a lot. You have to bounce around, but your air control is so bad that it's like, no, you're not even getting the Tim Curry clip, fuck you. And then you're back on Earth, possibly, the sky is not right, and this block of whatever says I have to stop the anti-piracy hands. Tone out backrooms carry. Okay, it's supposed to be the backrooms, like the thing with, this isn't what that looks like. And then there's just so much blood and so many soccer cylinders. And not since Spec Ops The Line has a game asked me such a thought-provoking question. I enter a portal to hell to fight the Vask Demon, Shathan, by doing the same stuff as in Quake, you know, except inside of a migraine headache. The Demon soccer team lost against the Living One, and I guess I actually revived Mid-Aya, and maybe he also died during this final push here. And then the game starts again because it's a sharp commentary on the cyclical nature of violence.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Okay, hold on, I'm going to see if I can come up with a good quote for the store page. Brazilian Drug Dealer 3, I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive Mid-Aya, I need to close it, is the best boomer shooter of 2025, and I think everyone should play it. No, wait, this isn't going to work. I have to personally pass this curse on. Dear Trav, if you are reading this, I hope this gift finds you well. I've sent you the best boomer shooter of 2025. I wanted to thank you for your friendship. Suck on that, nerd!
Oh, man. You know what? I'm glad this was a fun time. They were mostly remakes, but we got a few in there. What's my personal takeaway from it? I want to play the pirate one down the line. I'm playing too many games right now as is. I'm gonna lose focus, and then you guys will think I have ADD and just don't know what I want to play. I couldn't have that. And what else? As far as Civvie goes, go again. Like I said, go support his channel. Go show him love. All that fun stuff. He's a great content creator. Uploads great videos. Yeah.